Hi trainers, I have some more interesting data, and that is movesets and battle item builds with the highest win rate. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So UniteDB and Unite API have dropped some even more crazy information based on statistics that I have to show you because I really like looking at numbers. I don't know, is that a weird thing? Huge thanks to the team and math code behind all these like numbers, statistics, analytics, etc. They're doing a lot for the Pokemon Unite community and their links are down below. These videos could have not been made without them, like at all. Here's just an example. We have Greninja here with Water Shuriken, Double Team, and Eject button. And you know, this moveset it's pretty much known to be like, I guess, what is used in high rate, and this moveset has a 50% win rate. But what's really interesting is that it is just 50%. I'm assuming the other moveset is Surf and Smokescreen, but it's still missing some context, so we're just going to go with what we have for now. UniteDB states that the data here takes into consideration both ability selections and battle items in combination with each other. This is not based on each move/item's individual win rate, and this data is determined from master rank games. What has been done is that they had a minimum threshold of games to be considered in this. They are currently working on a larger data set to get a good foundation and are hoping to get to the point of where they are only using the top 1,000 data. It's going to be insane, I can't wait for it. But right now, the data has been used that has no ELO basis, so it could be 1,200 ELO games or higher. It really is just a mixed bag in Masters. Now, this part is really important. Despite what the data will say here, it doesn't mean you need to use this moveset, this item, etc. because it has a high win rate. I don't know what data has exactly been used or how they have determined this, but it is a good stepping stone in the right direction of having this information in the future from the best players in the world, and does spark some interesting discussions with what we have for now. I will always encourage you players to use what you feel most comfortable with or use what you enjoy. I'm Tids, I played MOBAs for over 9 years, and my goal is to help you become the very best, like no one ever was. Okay, let's jump into it. The first Pokemon we have is Absol. You can see here we have the win rate and the popularity. So I do talk about that in another video, which I will have linked down below. Basically in that video, I talk about how they are in the current meta, what this means. So if you're really interested in that, it's all there for you. And yeah, but in this video, we're just gonna be talking about the movesets and the build win rate. So the moveset here for Absol is Pursuit and Sucker Punch. So when you look at this, it's really interesting because I believe the moveset you use is either Psycho Cut and Pursuit, or it's Night Slash and Sucker Punch. I could be wrong, but I think that's what you use with Absol at the moment. So when you think about it, if I am correct, these moves don't really go together, but it has a 52% win rate. So it's really interesting. So this is what I mean by like, I really don't know how the data determines this at the moment, but it is a very interesting look at because some of them make sense. Some of them, I don't know what this means. So for Blastoise is next. We have Hydro Pump, Rapid Spin, Potion, and this build has a win rate of 53.78%. And personally, I don't use Potion on Blastoise. I either use Hydro Pump and Surf, or I use Water Spout and Rapid Spin. So this is really interesting to me as well. What does this mean? But yeah, I don't know. So my idea here is that I will be using these builds for a video just based on these build win rates. So these are the builds with the highest win rates, but again, we don't have the data, so we don't know what data is being used to determine these exactly. It is a mixed bag. Maybe there are some very big mixtures of lower win rate mastering. I don't know. Next, we have Blissey. Blissey, Helping Hand and Safeguard with a build win rate of 54%, and it uses Heal. So, you know, I'm not opposed to Blissey using like Heal. I don't think Heal is a bad battle item. You know, sometimes I use it as well. Like sometimes it gets me out of bad situations, but it does depend on the Pokemon. But you know, that is a moveset that people do use, and it's really interesting because this moveset, which actually works really well together, has a 54% win rate. So apparently, it might just do better than the healing moveset for Blissey. So I find that really interesting. Next, we have Charizard. So Charizard has a 56% build win rate with Fire Punch and Flare Blitz and X Attack. I haven't used X Attack on Charizard before, but I have used Fire Punch and Flare Blitz. So with Charizard, I don't play Charizard a ton. Maybe someone who knows more about Charizard can tell you more, like Crashy, for example. I know Crashy plays a lot of Charizard, and I don't think Crashy uses these movesets. I could be wrong. Sorry, Crashy, if you're watching this and I'm completely getting like butchering all my knowledge about this, but I use I use this moveset because I love punching things in the game, of course. Cinderace. So Cinderace, Blaze Kick and Faint, which I actually use on Cinderace with eject button, has a 51.77% win rate. So I'm assuming the other one is like Pyro Ball and such, and apparently this build has a better win rate than maybe that, but I don't know what combinations are being considered. The next Pokemon is Cramorant, and Cramorant has a win rate of 52% of dive and air slash with eject button. Oh my gosh. So I made a tier list a while ago on this, and you trainers were like, Teeds, Cramorant, dive build, try it now. And to be honest, I had one game as Cramorant. I did horrible. It literally just opened something inside me and I just never wanted to try Cramorant again. But I will, okay? I will try this because look, it has a 52% win rate. I'm more likely to win with this. I will try it. I'll try Dive and Air Slash, but it's very interesting to see because like the meta moveset for Cramorant was the other one for such a long time. But some people just dismiss this moveset as just like something that was fun to use, but it seems like it has a higher win rate. Next we have Crustle. So Crustle with Shell Smash, Stealth Rock, and Fluffy Tail with a build win rate of 53%. So you Crustle mains will have to educate, you know, us in the community more about this because I don't really play Crustle. I heard that the wall was not that great. I don't know. I don't see Crustles in my games too often. I can see Fluffy Tail working for Crustle because Crustle does have like, I know when I did see a lot of Crustles, they had pretty great objectives to cure. So I can see that working. Shell Smash is the one where it goes really speedy, so that works. Stealth Rock, I'm not too sure. I don't remember exactly what that was. I think that was the, did they stun or just deals damage over time? But yeah, that's the build set for Crustle that has apparently the most win rate. Next we have Decidueye, our poor Decidueye. Razor Leaf and Shadow Sneak with eject button has a build win rate of 49%, and that is the highest win rate. So from this we can say that they are considering like other movesets, like, you know, maybe like Leaf Storm and Razor Leaf, Leaf Storm, and I forgot what the sniper move was called, but yeah. So if you want to win with Decidueye, more likely it seems Razor Leaf. I can see why Razor Leaf does better. The other move, I think they need to do some more buffs with Decidueye. That is a discussion for another time, which I am working on. But yeah, very interesting. Hopefully Decidueye sees some buffs because that win rate is still only 49% with this build. So yeah. Next we have Dragonite. So Dragonite, Dragon Dance and Hyper Beam have a win rate of 54% and also Full Heal. Can see that really well. It's, you know, Dragonite can get stopped by crowd control. Full Heal is a great battle item for it. What I find interesting here is that I think popularity wise, Dragonite Outrage build is more like, I remember doing a poll on this, or someone did a poll on this. I don't remember who. I don't know if it was me. I do so many polls, but Outrage had a majority of the vote. But we see that Hyper Beam has a higher win rate, and I think Hyper Beam is considered to be like, you know, it's more used in higher ranked master games, etc. I personally like Outrage because it's so fun. Dragon Dance and Outrage is insanely fun. But yeah, that's really cool, really interesting. Next we have Eldegod, and Eldegod has a build win rate of 59%, and that is with Leaf Tornado and Cotton Spore and Potion. I never considered Potion on Eldegod. I actually use Leaf Tornado and Cotton Spore to climb in rank. Maybe I'm in this percentage, I don't know. But this is really cool. I really love Cotton Spore. Cotton Guard is probably like, you know, the one that you want to use to support everyone with your heals and stuff, but I'm telling you, this season is Eldegos' season because Eldegos is insane at the moment. In my opinion, it's crazy. Next, we have Garchomp. So Garchomp has a build win rate of 53% with Dig and Earthquake and Potion. So I'm actually surprised with Potion. I don't play a ton of Garchomp. Personally, for me, I use eject button because I personally, maybe everyone does. I know it's a complaint with a lot of Garchomp players that don't play it to the level of like, I'm a Garchomp main, but you know, Garchomp has a hard time sticking on people and is really squishy. Maybe that's what Potion's for, because it's so squishy. But yeah, Dig, Earthquake, Potion, 53% win rate. Next we have Gardevoir. So Gardevoir has Moonblast, Future Sight, X Attack with a 54% win rate. That's crazy. I use Psycho something, I can't remember. I have a really bad memory. I have all my notes written down. I have like little bullet points, but my memory is really bad on the spot like this. So yeah, so Gardevoir, Future Sight, and Moonblast. The win rate for it is the highest one. This is gonna make Peak really happy. But X Attack, I never knew it would use X Attack. To be fair, I actually played Gardevoir when it was first released. I have a pretty high win percentage on Gardevoir as well, which is crazy to me because I actually struggle with Gardevoir these days, but I will try again and see if I can make it work. Next we have Gengar. So Gengar, Sludge Bomb and Hex, an eject button with a 52% win rate if I round it up. So this one's interesting to me because personally for me and some really higher elo players, I think I've seen Goof GG play some Gengar, and I'm pretty sure Goof also uses Dream Ball, Shadow Ball, and Dream Eater. That's the most that I use. So I have a weird take. Maybe it's a weird take. I think Gengar has a higher win rate with Sludge Bomb and Hex because Shadow Ball and Dream Eater I think is way harder to use, but I think pays off more if you can master really well. That's what I think. I'm not opposed to this build at all because this build is extremely fun to use. I use it sometimes. I just hate the auto aim of it. Sometimes like you just use this and it aims to something that you don't want at all, and that's what I just don't like. But yeah, really interesting to see. Next we have Greedent. Greedent has a 53% win rate with Belch and Covette and Fluffy Tail. So this is pretty standard for Greedent. Really brings back some memories. Fluffy Tail for that extra secure, you know, because like Greedent doesn't have enough of secure. Next we have Greninja. So Greninja, we talked about this. Water Shuriken, Double Team, 50% win rate, eject button. So it does take in consideration of other moves combinations. So, you know, maybe there is like Double Team and Surf. I'm pretty sure they take in consideration of other moves of move builds. Maybe it would be interesting to see like how they compare it to like movesets that make sense of each other only. I don't know if that can be done. I don't do this stuff, so I don't know. Next we have Lucario. This one is so interesting to me. Lucario has a 51% win rate with Power Up Punch and Close Combat and Eject Button. What? And I just never thought Close Combat, you know? Close Combat, like, I think is a fun move to use and it can do a ton of damage if they're in it the whole time. But Bone Rush just offers so much mobility and so much chase potential, so much escape potential at, like, I don't know. This was interesting to me. Power Up Punch and Close Combat is just so interesting. I'll try this in a gameplay and see how it goes, but apparently this build has the higher win rates. So yeah, we'll see how this works when I try it. What do you traders think about this one? Next we have Machamp. So Machamp has a build win rate of so high. So 59% with Cross Chop and Submission with X Attack. So I don't know about you trainers, but I don't know if you've seen my my video I made like a month ago where I bought that $60 Machamp skin, which basically means I know everything about Machamp. I also just bought Machamp 1 month ago too. No, I'm kidding. But Cross Chop and Submission, I can see it. I don't know, maybe Machamp means will have to help me on this one because I don't play a ton of Machamp. Next we have Mamoswine. Mamoswine Icicle Crush, oh my god, what? Icicle Crash and High Horsepower with Potion, 52% win rate, or 53, etc. I'm just gonna say the first number. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I personally use, I like Earthquake. Is it Earthquake? I think that's the one that I use. I don't remember the one I use. It's been so long since I played Mamoswine, but what are you trying to think? I would love to hear your opinions on like the movesets of these, you know? Like what you would use instead. Next we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime has a win rate of 57% with Confusion and Barrier and Potion. So haven't played a game of Mr. Mime yet. I don't think I've actually played Mr. Mime. All my knowledge of Mr. Mime comes from all the times I've died to Mr. Mime. No, but Mr. Mime is so scary. Like, I tell you trainers this all the time, but Mr. Mime scares me in this game. It just runs at you and just all of a sudden you're dead. So I don't know. But Potion was interesting to me. I don't know. Do Mr. Mime players use Potion a lot? Is this the moveset that you would go? I mean, the barriers. Oh, you know, this is like, you know, you push them in the barrier. I remember this. Interesting. Ninetales with a 53% win rate on Auroraville and Dazzling Gleam. So I think I use Auroraville and the basic attack one, right? Wait, is that the basic? I don't remember. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, this is the moveset, right? This is the one that I used, I think. Interesting. But yeah, apparently this is the go-to moveset so far with the high win rate percentage. Pikachu, this one's really interesting to me as well. This has a 50% win rate and it's Electro Ball and Volt Tackle. But usually I think you go Thunder and Thunderbolt. I think that's what they're called, or Electro Ball and one of the Thunders. I don't remember what one it was. One time I went Electro Ball and Volt Tackle by accident and it just didn't work for me. But I don't know. Is this the go? What do you think? Next we have Slowbro. So Slowbro has a win rate of 57% with this build, and that is Scald, and Amnesia, I don't know how to say it, Amnesia? Oh no, I forgot. And X-Speed. So that's really interesting to me too, because, I mean, I guess if you're playing like what is that? Telekinesis? I don't know. That one, and I think you're more like supporty. This one is more like damagey. So maybe you can carry yourself better with this, and that's why the win rate percent is absurdly higher. But I'm not sure. Snorlax has a 52% win rate with Flail and Yawn and Eject Button. So this is like, you're not supporting your team by like utility anymore. You're supporting them by taking out the enemy, apparently. So I can see, like, you know, obviously when you do more damage, you rely more on, like, you know, I can take this Pokemon out. This will, like, that helps you carry the team as well in a different way. Because, you know, some supporters have a hard time winning games because they rely on their team to do well. But when you're building damage yourself, then you can rely more on yourself. So maybe that's why this has a higher win rate. I do remember when I played Block Snorlax in ranked solo queue, I had a very hard time when my team wasn't doing well. You'd like block all the enemies and everyone's like not there. Like, hey, I set this up for you, but they're just like farming that one core fish in the bottom of the map or something. Next we have Sylveon. Sylveon has a 51% win rate, or 52, with Hyper Voice and Calm Mind, which is pretty much like what people would use in ranked, because, you know, Hyper Voice, compared to Mystical Fire, is like, it has better objective secure. Mystical Fire, you can't like pick your target. So like every time like Articuno was up and I had Mystical Fire, I was like, oh gosh, I just have to like damage the enemies here to get them away from Articuno, because my Mystical Fire is not gonna go for the objective. But yeah, that's really interesting. 51%, well, 52. Talonflame has a build win rate of 56% with Flame Charge and Fly and Fluffy Tail. I can see that with Fluffy Tail, you know, Talonflame has insane secure with Fly. Actually pretty good it's secure with Brave Bird as well, but obviously you can't Fluffy Tail from a far distance. But yeah, that's really interesting. I do think this works here. Next we have Tsareena with a 53% win rate on Triple Axel and Grassy Glide and Fluffy Tail. Personally like, I like Grassy Glide, yeah. Some people I know like Trop Kick more. Wait, I think I'm getting them confused. Maybe it's Trop Kick. I think I like Trop Kick more. Oh yeah. I personally like Trop Kick more, but that's because I just personally enjoy it more. But it seems like Triple Axel and Grassy Glide have a higher win rate with Fluffy Tail for the objective secure. Next we have Venusaur. Venusaur, Giga Drain, Petal Dance, and Full Heal. I can see that working really well because Venusaur with this moveset has to be really in the in the enemy's side, like have to be so close to them. If you get CC'd, you're pretty much like blown up. So Full Heal will get you out of that while you can still use your basic attacks to keep them in your Petal Dance and Giga Drain to survive. So this is pretty meta, I would say. 53% win rate, pretty high. Wigglytuff, we have a 52% win rate with Dazzling Gleam, Sing, and Eject Button. So that's really interesting too. Well, not interesting, I would say. It's pretty standard that, Wigglytuff, just something about Wigglytuff. Like, Mr. Mime is terrifying, but I don't know if I'm more scared of Wigglytuff or Mr. Mime or Eldegod, actually, now that I think of it. And the last one we have is Zeraora with a 53% win rate on Spark and Discharge and Fluffy Tail. I see a lot of Wild Charge with Zeraoras now. I don't see Discharge as often anymore in my games, but it says here that there's a high win rate with these two moves and Fluffy Tail for probably that objective secure. So yeah, that is all the win rates and the build win rates, the most highest win rate on builds I working title. This was so interesting to look at. Like I said, this is just like the first data that they have about it, and it's going to improve with time, and we'll see some more like precise info with like the higher, because master rank can be a pretty mixed bag in general, with it being like, I would say, easier to get into than other MOBAs. And yeah, I can't wait for them to look into like the higher win rate game or the higher top best players and stuff. It's gonna be so interesting to see what they use. But this is a really good stepping stone in the right direction. Again, thank you to UniteDB and Unite API for all this wonderful information. You guys rock, you're amazing, and you deserve the best. Thank you so much. And trainers, you're the best too, and thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I really appreciate it. This was a really interesting discussion. Tomorrow we'll have some more entertaining side of videos, but numbers, there's a spot for me in my heart with numbers. I don't know what it is. If my math teacher heard me right now, he'd be like, that's such a lie, you failed math in school. Yeah, well, I've grown up and I realize how important numbers are, okay? Alright, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, and I'll catch you for the next one. Like the video if you found this entertaining or interesting. And yeah, bye!